What up, YouTube? Ed WeskerGriff coming back with my first video of the new decade. First video of 2020. And just want to tell everyone, a little public service announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? We're still here. Yes, the YouTube community is doing great. Nothing so far has escalated. World War III is not going off right now. And we're still here, baby. So, hashtag 7 words of wisdom. Memorize it, love it. And hashtag say no to fear. Now that little public service announcement is done, on to the next thing. My last video that I uploaded, my last video for 2019, did that with the camera facing me. And when I rewatched the video, the glare on that video was atrocious. A lot of the cards I was showing off, there was like a big light, big searchlight in the middle of the slabs and on a lot of the cards. So when I rewatched the video yesterday, I was just like, oh my God, I guarantee half the people watching this video were like, what is this jackass doing? But yeah, it was, I was kind of unsatisfied with it, but it got a real positive response, so I think most people were understanding. But for 2020 in this new decade, WG definitely has to upgrade the video making quality, I guess you can say. But I do want to show off the 2 slabs from the last video that I did pick up. This Carson Wentz from 2016, the Panini Prism, the red, white, and blue Disco Prism, and the Gem Mint 10. And Carson will be playing in his first playoff game this Sunday against the Seahawks. And every statistic that I found on the matchup is going against the Eagles. So there wasn't really any stats I could find to favor the Eagles in this matchup against the Seahawks. So everything is pointing to the Seahawks winning. Carson Wentz is 0-3 lifetime against the Seahawks in his short career. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson is 4-0 lifetime against the Eagles. And road playoff teams in Wild Card Weekend that are favored are 8-0 in the last 2 or 3 years it was. So, yeah, not really anything going for the Eagles in the statistical department. But regardless, I think it'll be a really tight, close game. Hopefully the Eagles are able to pull it out, and I'm just extremely excited to see what Carson does and see if he can continue the hot streak and the clutch play that he's been doing the last couple weeks. So we shall see. So I wanted to show that off again, and also wanted to show off this card as well, since you pretty much couldn't see it in the last video. This is the 2013 Topps Chrome Update Garrett Cole. I talked about this card in the last video, so I won't go into it again, but just really thrilled to add that into the collection. And now on to this week's pickups. The first card here, got this for a really fantastic price, $20 shipped. This is from 2018 Panini Prism. This is the Green Prism Rookie, graded a PSA, Gem Mint 10 of Dallas Goddard. Eagles drafted him. So he was a rookie last year, and he's in his second year, and I gotta say, I've been extremely impressed with Dallas Goddard this season. He had a pretty solid rookie season, nothing over the top, but this year he made some absolutely incredible catches and really took a big step forward, and he's really looking like he's going to be a really big focal piece of the Eagles offense in the future. So definitely wanted to add a rookie card of him, and I just love the green variations of the Prism rookies, especially since it complements the Eagles colors. So thought this was a absolute slam dunk must add into the Eagles PC. And like I said, got it for I got it for 20 shipped, which I thought was an absolute bargain. So really pleased to add this into the collection. And speaking of Eagles tight ends, picked this up as well. This was relatively cheap. This is a 2013 Topps Chrome Blue Wave Refractor of Zach Ertz. It is a PSA Mint 9. So was able to get this also for, I think, under 20 shipped. I want to say I maybe paid $17 or $18. This is actually a pop of 1, and there are none graded higher. I think there's 2 PSA 8s out there. So kind of surprised about that, considering how good of a career Ertz has had so far with the Eagles. He's arguably the best tight end in football. I'm not sure if he's going to play this Sunday. He had a really horrific injury. I thought he cracked his rib, but it wound out being his kidneys was bleeding. So I don't know if he's going to be to go for contact, but this is a great card to add into the Eagles collection. It's not numbered, but it is the refractor. And whenever I see cards like this, I really miss Topps. Miss the fact that Topps doesn't make football cards anymore, because they really did a great job with it. But nice addition there for the Eagles collection. And then this next card here is the final football card I'll be showing off, and it is a vintage football card, something that I definitely want to focus on more in 2020. But this is from 1957 Topps. This is a near mint to mint 8 of Concrete Charlie, Chuck Bednarik. So, Hall of Famer, Eagle legend, and just a really, really beautiful card. Great example of the 57 Topps in the PSA near mint to mint 8, and got this for an incredible price. The SMR on this card, I looked it up in the database. I think it's like $80 for an 8, and I was able to get this for $25. So got this for a really, really great price. And you can see the back of the card. Unfortunately, there's a sticker here on the slab. The seller had a sticker on it. So I'll probably have to get this reholder, because I tried pulling the sticker off, but it's just going to leave a really, really big residue, and I'm not going to be able to get the whole sticker off. So I'll probably have to get this reholdered. So I'll have to do that eventually. But really, really just happy to add this into the collection. Definitely going to be looking for more plain day cards of Chuck Bednarik and other Eagles Hall of Famers from the 50s and the 60s. Vintage football it's relatively very, very affordable. It's not like vintage baseball. Vintage baseball is super. A lot of the higher end examples are really, really pricey, but you can find some nice Hall of Famers in football. High examples for some, very affordable prices out there. So I think for someone on my collecting budget, this might be the way to go. So I'm definitely going to be focusing on Eagles and try to add some more vintage high graded examples into the collection. But love that card. Really, really nice. And the final card I'm going to show off is a card that I've been trying to get for a little over a year. Was actually looking for this card at the Philly show, and I found a raw example of this card, and the seller would not budge off his price. He had it for $90 and would not come down a dollar less. And I figured to myself, why would I pay $90 raw for this card when I can go on eBay and get a PSA 10 for maybe $20 more? So he was the only seller that I saw selling this card. And this is the time to buy on this guy, because this particular card in a PSA 10 was selling for a little over $200 back in 2018. But enough talking, let's show off the card. This is from 2014 Topps Chrome Update. This is a PSA Gem Mint 10 of Mookie Betts. So Mookie Betts cards right now are definitely in the buy scenario. They were super expensive in 2018 and going into 2019. Obviously, coming off an MVP year and all the hype that Mookie had. He had a pretty good year last year. Definitely below expectations, I think, for most people, but it was still a pretty solid and pretty good year. And now there's all the rumors flying around and all the speculation how he's not going to be on the Red Sox since he has pending free agency. But a lot of people are thinking that is what is hurting his value. I mean, if he goes to another big market team, it shouldn't hurt the value. But he's a real fantastic player. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to look at the play on the field, and I believe he's a good player. It wasn't that long ago that I heard Red Sox fans comparing this guy to Trout, or ESPN was at least doing that in the 2018 season. So he's a really solid player. 5 tools, so can't complain. Adding a PSA Gem Mint 10 of this, and I paid $125 for this. So, like I said, at the show it was $90. So for what, $35 more to get a Gem Mint 10? Count me in. Why not? These cards are pretty difficult to find anyway. And this card, like I said, was selling for a little over $200 back in 2018. And that just goes to show you some of these, especially with the modern, it ebbs and flows sometimes. It's sometimes what's hot, and sometimes it's a buyer's market, sometimes it's a seller's market. But you got to know when to buy on these guys. So hopefully Mookie has a strong season, and I look back on this video and I say, hey, everything I said was correct. But right now, I wanted to pick it up for the collection. So that's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you watching the video. I hope everyone out there has a great the hobby's treating them well. And yeah, thanks for watching. So I'll stop rambling. Have a great one. Peace. Baseball cards forever, essay. Ciao.